Number 9. George Lucas ruins the lightsaber and the Force all in one scene. Now all you geeks love the lightsaber, but the question is why? Well, a lightsaber is an otherworldly device. It's pure fictional awesomeness. It can cut through anything, even my ex-wife. Lightsabers also transform the Jedi into a kind of superhero. It's just a neat weapon. I mean, everyone wants one, and everyone wants to film themselves with one. So much it's gotten kind of annoying. However, like anything that's cool, if it's used too much it becomes boring. Except for cocaine. Luke used his lightsaber pretty sparingly, but when he took it out, you knew he meant business. That was probably because they didn't feel like doing the special effect for it so much. So again, the limitations made it cooler. But now in the prequels, things got out of hand. Maybe George didn't really know how to create and develop engaging sequences without having someone flash out the lightsaber. It's the very first thing that happens in episode 1. We can't go 5 minutes without them taking out the lightsaber. They do it when they hear a noise, for Christ's sake. Could have just been some kind of industrial accident that happened in the cargo bay. Don't you guys feel like fools now? Almost every scene requires the use of a lightsaber. Now I know they're Jedi and all, but I just kind of equate this to dangling a shiny object in front of a cat. You gotta try to keep the audience interested in the scene if it's not working, or if you don't know how to make it work. I actually like the scene the best where they all try not to get eaten by the monsters in the arena, because we see them doing things without the fucking lightsaber. It adds some tension. But then we can't go, oh, no, don't give it, oh. Now they got him again. What, they bring extra ones? Then them kids got him. This guy, robot guy's got him. You can't go too long without seeing a lightsaber. Lightsabers. Everyone's got lightsabers. What's lightsaber? Lightsaber.
Oh, it's you.
But then my annoyance with the lightsaber goes even further than its overuse. It eventually becomes impractical in its own universe. Now you gotta really stop and think about this for a few minutes. Now the only reason why they had lightsabers from the beginning was because knights of the olden days had swords. It was kind of in the same way Star Wars was basically just like World War II in space. So Jedi Knights were like space knights. It's just a gimmick. The problem is that a sword is made for a 6-foot tall humanoid. But when you establish a multiracial Jedi Order that all use the same universal weapon, it becomes impractical. Each Jedi should really have their own unique weapons suited for them personally. For example, that one guy that looks like a squid, with all them tentacles swinging about. A lightsaber could really pose serious injury to his head. Be careful. Or that guy in the background with the really tall, thin neck. I know what I'd swing at if I were fighting him. Or what about this clumsy fat asshole? What if he just happened to be a Jedi? His big fat hands and his slow lumbering ass would fucking get killed by Darth Maul. Then you got that guy with no legs. How's he gonna get in a laser sword fight? And then of course Yoda. He shouldn't have had any lightsaber at all. But, despite all his wisdom and knowledge, Yoda eventually has to take out a tiny baby-sized lightsaber and fight a guy 3 times as tall as he is who has a much bigger lightsaber. My problem with this is that Yoda has a handicap based on his physical limitations, when his character should be above that sort of thing. Yes, I know they both tried to do more advanced things first, like throw rocks at each other, but even in other instances, Yoda has to make up for his size when using a lightsaber. One time he throws a lightsaber at a dude because he can't reach him. He's gotta jump all the time. It must be tiring.
Size matters not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Yoda, it does. It does if you use a lightsaber. All your wise sayings have been ruined in the prequels. I'm so sorry. So in this scene, he flips around the cave and bounces off the walls because he's so small that he can't reach Dooku. My question is, if Yoda can do this, and they're basically pretty well matched as far as their use of the Force goes, then why wasn't Dooku also flipping off the ceiling too? Or what if Dooku just happened to be a 19-foot tall Gorgon with the 12-foot long lightsaber? Yoda would get squished like a bug. My point is, if you can match your opponent's skills with the Force, you'd then better also be physically strong too. And this goes against everything that the Force is about. You see, Yoda was so magical and interesting because you didn't expect this little tiny creature to be a Jedi Master.
Jedi Master?
We all had a preconception that a great warrior would be someone physically strong and intimidating.
I'm looking for a great warrior.
By making Yoda a little guy, they were illustrating that the Force is something beyond the physical. But by showing Yoda fight with the lightsaber, it ruins all that because it takes that concept and those rules and throws it in the dumpster. Right next to Bambi. You see, I'm not even sure if Lucas actually understands Star Wars, or anything that happened in The Empire Strikes Back.
We've seen him, but we've never actually seen him fight. This will be the first time you actually see him pull out that little laser sword of his and go to town.
Yeah.
So that's something that everybody's waiting for.
He just kind of seems like a retard that wants to see neat things happen with this computer. I don't know if he understood what made Yoda magical, and how making Yoda fight contradicts the entire mythology of the movie.